everyone, and welcome to a special episode by Mice Affairs Media, where we have been interacting with the various CVBs and their key executives to get first-hand information about the destination. And in today's episode, we are pleased to announce and welcome Mr. Alexei Kalachov, CEO of Russian Convention Bureau. And on a special request, Alexei has agreed to come for a face-to-face interaction. And today's episode is going to be very special to know more about Russia, the current situation, the government measures, and the road ahead. So, welcome, Alexei, to this special show powered by Mice Affairs Media.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your invitation, Sachin. It's nice to see you. I hope to meet you soon, as we did before this situation, before this coronavirus. Hello.
Thank you, Alexei, and same here. Look for, a pleasure to see you and see you. Basically, this is the technology which has taken place during this lockdown period. So, without wasting much time, I'll just shoot the first question to you is about the situation overview of Russia amid this pandemic. As you know, the situation is really grim worldwide because of COVID-19. So, if you can brief our viewers about the latest, situational overview of Russia as a destination.
Yes, with great pleasure. Actually, the situation has been started in February with when the first event, the huge event, Russian Investment Forum, has been postponed or actually cancelled. Yeah, and after that, we didn't expect that the situation would be such it has been, right? But approximately in 2 weeks after this event was postponed, we got actually absolutely new format of our style life. And as for our industry, for example, many events were cancelled or postponed, which planned in Russia before. And as for our life standards, as for example, if you will compare with Europe, with other countries, we were next. So with 2 weeks delayed, so we got some lockdown and self-isolation, and of course many companies.
Okay, so any more industry statistics if you would like to share with us regarding the events or maybe exhibitions or any other MICE perspective?
So actually, what do we have now? After three months self-isolation and lockdown, some restrictions were cancelled, especially in Moscow. 2 days before, the mayor of Moscow announced that there are no more some restrictions in our capital. And what does it mean? So some small and medium enterprises and some restaurants and some cafes and some parks are opened. But as for mass events, as for events at all, it's still closed. It's impossible to organize any kind of events. But actually, we are expecting next 2 weeks or maybe more that it will begin. The situation will be changed, and it will be allowed to organize some maybe small events. But actually, what do we have? We tried as a Russian Convention Bureau from the very, very beginning of this situation have been fixed. We started to proactive work with our members and with other associations as well, who represents event market of the Russian Federation. And first scene and the main scene and actually the key purpose was to support our companies. Because, you know, we don't have any, unfortunately, we don't have any law or any event industry is not an official industry of our economy. So that means we tried to support our companies and to create some supporting measures for them. And in the end, we reached some results. It has been supported from the federal government. And now companies, till now, companies got some money for further development. But in this situation, events are still closed. It's not impossible to organize anything. And we are trying, actually, it was a very, very, very good example for us, Germany, which maybe you've heard about that. Germany was the first country in Europe and maybe in the world, one of the first in the world, who allowed to organize any kind of events from the end of May. So if you know AUMA, this is a huge association which unites all exhibitions centers and all exhibitions in the world, in Germany, and they lobbied to German government to allow organize some different kind of events. And they are considering, I mean, Germany, they are considering all events not like mass events in this country. And we introduced this way of further development we discussed with our members and with the companies who represents event industry in Russia, and we liked this kind and this format of the industry, which very, very, very suits for us. And we wrote a letter to our Prime Minister and to our officials to do the same way in our country. And we are considering, and they are considering, several regions as a first platform for this start. And now we are working very, very close with Moscow, with our capital, with Moscow officials as well. And there are many, many working groups. And as for meetings and event industry, we are trying to lobby some solutions about the further development. So on the one hand, we pushed some regulations, so how to organize these events according to the situation. And on the other hand, we proposed some recovery plan for our industry as well. So we are meeting almost every day, and there are many, many questions, but we are looking forward to organize some first events after this pandemic in the end of the summer, or maybe in the beginning of the autumn. This is briefly about the situation with some measures, supporting measures of our industry. But as for our activities as a Russian Convention Bureau, of course, we did some our work, which was planned before this pandemic. And one of them is marketing strategy. Maybe you know, maybe you've heard about that we accepted marketing strategy, which were created by a Russian research company. But one day we understood that it's not enough, and we need we need to involve international experts and international specialists to improve this strategy, especially as for international market. We need some advices, we need some support, and we need some best solutions in this direction. And we worked with United Company, you know, maybe Ivo Prenschitz and Hendrik von Arnold. They headed this United Company, research company, and we worked with them. And actually, the study was finished till the end of last year, 2019, and we consider it to promote these results during the Russian Investment Forum, but it was postponed, and so we, according to the trend, we organized an online webinar and online session with their participation and with our members and other representatives of our industry. So it was very, very interesting for them and for us as well, because now we know it's a very useful study for us, and it's very useful results, because we know which way we have to work in, and how to promote our country, how to promote our destinations next years. And what points we have to take our attention, for example. So I will not talk about this in details, but if you would like, I can send it to you to know more about that. And actually, as for our members, of course, we worked with them in framework of this situation, with this restriction situation, and we organized different kind of webinars for them. There are many kind of these, kind of these, and one of these is educational webinars, because they needed to be, on the one hand, they needed to be supported, but on the other hand, they understood that it would be not maybe completely, but different world and different conditions in the future after the pandemic finished, and they have to be ready for new conditions and for new standards of life. And in this regard, we invited many experts and many speakers from our industry, including abroad, to improve themselves. And as for other kind of our education, so our companies needed some support about financial and about some legislation, and we invited these specialists as well. And as for other ways of our webinars, so as you know, maybe we last year we started a new project, regional passports, and we introduced and promoted some of them. So there are Krasnodar and Ekaterinburg regional passport, and we introduced them during our webinar to our first of all to our members, and secondly for our international partners and international associations. So actually, if to finalize our activities, it was a main focus to support our members, to work with them, and to provide them some new solutions, some new ways of their further development. And actually, you know, maybe it was the first time in the history when the key professional associations were united as a one organization, as a one structure, yeah, to support our industry, because there are several, you know, organizations. For example, we represent congress industry, meetings industry, events industry. There are also exhibition the association who represent exhibition. For example, on the other hand, there are some some associations who represent PCR, only PCR, and we were like one structure, and introduces ourselves to our officials to get some support measures from them. And actually we reached some results, as I mentioned before, and but we don't stop on it, and we are looking forward to get some other solutions and some other measures from our officials, from our government. And of course, everybody are waiting for opening the venues, when it will be possible, when it will be available to organize some events. But you know, there is another challenge for the huge venues. Some of them are hospitals right now, and they were reconstructed for these purposes, and that means so as they announced before, it could last till the end of the year. So that means it's limited to organize a huge events, huge exhibitions. First of all, I mean only exhibitions in this way, in this case. And we are trying to cooperate with them in this regard. In this case, I mean, with on the one hand with our officials, with our government, and on the other hand with the venues, to find out some alternative solutions. Yeah, how to involve, how to organize these exhibitions, and how to continue. So for some possibilities, yeah, for hospital be available, yeah, because it's very necessary, you know, in this situation, because everybody are waiting for a second wave of this coronavirus, maybe in September or October, but who knows? Yeah, nobody knows yet. And of course, it should be ready for these purposes. And but you know, if you compare, if you will come back again to Germany, so as for Germany's venues, they were nothing at all, which were reconstructed for medical purposes and as for hospitals at all. Yeah, so they found it out an alternative before it began. Yeah, and of course it's very simple for them now in these conditions to find out a fast solution, yeah, to organize some exhibitions and events in their destinations. What else? Yeah, what else? As for summertime, and we know that everybody understand that it will be some special time because it's traditionally it's a vacation time, you know. But in these conditions, in this situation, I guess, and we are expecting, especially when the borders will be closed, the most of our people, the most of our representative of our industry will stay at homes, maybe maximum, yeah, they will go to the Russian coasts, yeah. But in any case, we would like to support our connections with them and to support them in any case. And in this regard, we created a new project, Summer Academy, and we are considering that in 2 weeks we will start it. So that means, so what do I mean actually? Yeah, we conducted a survey among our members. So there were some questions, and one of them dedicated, what are you expecting, guys? What the main topic was, a topic on the top, yeah? What seems you would like to be improved your skills and your knowledges, and we got some results. So after it was finished, and according to these results, we are trying to create our educational program and to invite some concrete speakers and experts from abroad as well. And I guess we will finalize it next 2 weeks, and maybe from the end of June, we will set up these educational programs for our members. And of course, as for educational our projects, yeah, and educational way of our activities, and as for our cooperation with our officials, of course, it will be regularly, and as I said before, so we meet almost twice or 3 times a week, and we are discussing how to improve this situation and what kind of so we actually provide some data for them, because they need to set up some recovery plan, and we according to these purposes, we provide some necessary data and some necessary information to them. Yeah.
Thanks, Alexei, for giving a detailed outlook of the Russian industry and how RCB is, planning to overcome the situation and helping out the industry partners through conducting these various webinars, and also coming up with the academy and organizing various educational sessions for them. Just one question, if you can give us maybe 1 or 2 points on the future trends which you predict are gonna take over. Like, I'll just give you a brief. I did one session with exhibition organizers and one venue owners. So they were predicting high on the hybrid shows going forward. So maybe hybrid conferences or hybrid shows are gonna be the future. So what's your take on this?
It's a very, very good question. It's a very popular question, a popular question, especially last 2 or 3 months. On the one, there are several opinions, but on the one hand, we have online and virtual meetings during this time, this self-isolation lockdown time. On the one hand, they have optimized our processes, and in many cases, it's very simple to work, because some companies, I've heard, maybe because I'm discussing with them, some companies, they cutted their budgets, for example, for offices, for staff, for transport, and for such things which were very necessary for us 1 year, for example, 1 year ago or several months ago. And now, of course, many of our companies will optimize these processes. But on the other hand, we have to understand that face-to-face meetings will be in spite of everything. Because, for example, scientific specialists, when they come to meet each other and to share their knowledges and skills, it's absolutely impossible to do it when we are online, like we are together with you. It's absolutely impossible. And it's, our event industry, our meeting industry, it's, there is some emotional point, and it works as an emotional way of cooperation. And if we don't have it, it's no go to reach some results, to improve and to get some knowledge, some skills, and to improve ourselves. It's impossible. And when we are talking about this kind of events, and the same situation as for exhibitions, because exhibitions, it's why you are with it, and not you, but we are, why we are with it exhibitions. We are trying to find some new solutions. We are trying to find some unique products. And when we are doing it online, it's absolutely impossible to feel it, to get some emotion from the seller, who is work understand. It's absolutely impossible. So to my mind, we will come back to our standard format, and we need to come back to our standard formats, because in other case, absolutely we won't continue this industry. It works only like this. But of course, this legacy of this pandemic will bring something new and some new approaches as well, of course, and some new impact to our formats. What do I mean? For example, we understand that it will last this, limited opportunities, limited possibilities will last some time ahead. Yeah, because there are many, many reasons. One of these is the borders, as I mentioned before, the borders will be closed. Some of people and potential participants, they will be afraid to travel at all. Yeah, some of them we don't have enough budget, or maybe these financial reasons, yeah, and many others. And so we are expecting a hybrid formats as well. So for example, when we are when we are organizing some international events, some of our speakers, some of our participants might be in hybrid format. But I guess, to my mind, it's like a temporary situation, and when we will completely come back to our normal standards, of course, without any restrictions, yeah, I guess we will come back with our normal approaches and normal standards of event organizing.
Sure, of course. Everybody's praying that we are back to normal very soon. And as you rightly mentioned, that face to face is never gonna die, because that touch and feel factor is very much important as far as the exhibitions, or considering buying a product or service is concerned. So that is the only way, and I'm sure the industry will be back to that phase soon. So. And at last, I just want to get a message from Russian Convention Bureau that Russia is open to the world. So what is a message from RCB to the global mice industry amid this pandemic?
Russia is open to the world. You're absolutely right. And it's really true. It's indeed. Yeah. And this is our main brand slogan. We are trying to promote everywhere, especially on the international level, on the international market. And we are open. Our destinations are open in spite of everything. And when we will come back to our normal life, we are waiting everybody. We are waiting everybody to be here, participants of different events. We are trying to involve to our destinations. We are waiting everybody to be as a tourist in our country, in our destinations as well. And we are ready to provide any necessary information to our potential organizers, to any associations. It's really true. We are open, and we have different tools to promote our country, our destinations. For example, through the regional passports, through our website, through our face-to-face communication, and we will continue to rush to the international market with this slogan, Russia open to the world.
Well, thank you so much, Alexei, for this message and the information. And we wish world is back to normal soon, and everybody's back to their businesses. And on behalf of Mice Affairs Media, we would like to pass on our thanks for joining us for this session today. And I'm sure this would help our viewers and subscribers to learn more about Russia as a destination and the developments amid pandemic and what government is doing and the current situation there. So let me thank you, and look forward to see you sometime soon, face to face. Thank you so much, Alexei, for joining
Thank you,
us.
Sachin. Thank you, Sachin.
You take
I'm
care.
looking forward to see you soon as well.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.